Hey, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The business or sales introduction in the Hanbali school. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalam ala Rasul al-Kareem. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad abduka wa rasuluka nabiyyin ummi. Allahumma atina nufusana taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khayra man zakkaha wa waliyuha wa mawlaha. Alhamdu shukana. All the praises belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah made everything happen in the past. Allah one and only, Allah one and alone, and may the blessings and peace be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one that we follow the example. We're going in the chapter of the business of the BU, the sales, and this is the rulings in the Hanbali school, and Imam al-Sunnah Ahmad Ibn Hanbal, who bases the things on the narrations from the hadiths from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the different aspects of it, and explained by Ibn Qudamah al-Maqdisi. Kitabul Biyu al-Madkhal, the introduction on the chapter of the business or the sales. To read number 1, Sheikh Lisan.
Yeah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Kitab al-Buyu'i Mudkhal. This is the business introduction. قال الله تعالى وأحل الله البيع. Allah has allowed trade.
Yes. So this is mentioned in the Quran, with the verses that talk about the riba, about the interest. وَحَرَّمَ اللَّهُ الرِّبَا وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَا. Allah says in the Quran. So Allah says that Allah, He made the bay, which is the business or the sales, Allah, He made that halal, so that's something that is allowed. And the riba is forbidden, so that's in that context. So this is a very strong introduction, mashallah. If you see how the Sheikh, he made the points over here, it's very powerful, because this is right from the Quran, verse from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bay. Allah made the business and the trade and the sales to be allowed. Okay? Number 2.
والبيع معاوضة المال بالمال. So مواعظة. So this is the sale is the exchange of wealth for wealth.
Yes, so that's what the sale is. Person, they either barter something when they buy something, or they buy it with silver or gold. It's wealth for wealth. So they pick up something of value, and they pay something of value. That's what it means by bay, sales, you could say. No? Yeah, it's a very interesting definition, a very straightforward definition, mashallah. Exchange of wealth for wealth. That's what a sale is.
ويجوز بيع كل مملوك فيه نفع مباح.
Yes. So this
فيه نفع مباح.
Yes, so this is a very quick explanation. If a person has the authority over it, the power over it, that belongs to him, then he can sell that. And as long as it's beneficial for the other party, and it's something that's mubah, that means it's allowed.
So the condition is it's allowed to sell everything that you have mamlukun is
yes, you're the
owned.
owner of it.
You have to be the owner of it.
Right, yes.
فيه نفع مباح. It has a halal benefit.
Yes,
it has a allowed benefit to it.
Right, yes.
Okay.
So that's what he says it very quickly. He explains it a little bit more in the other points.
Yeah.
Number 4.
إلا الكلب فإنه لا يجوز بيعه.
Yes. So this here the Shaykh is mentioning directly from the Hadith. Prophet Muhammad forbade the dog. So a person, they can't sell the dog. And even if it is, some of the other ulama, they have a difference of opinion. If it's a trained hunting dog, if a person, you can sell it or not. But usually the people in the Hanbali school said even a trained hunting dog, you can't sell it either.
So how are you supposed to get one? So like if I don't have a dog and I need a hunting dog, where do I get one?
Maybe you get it for free. Maybe you could do that. Maybe or train it yourself. Maybe so you could do that. That's what they say explicitly.
Interesting. So like they don't engage in the sale of hunting dogs at all. What about like shepherd dogs or guard dogs?
Yeah, it's allowed to keep them, but I'm talking about the sales of them. The sales.
So what they're given for free then, or?
Yeah, you take it for free, maybe. Sometimes when the dogs have what you call a litter, they have quite a few of them, and then a person, they can grab one for free maybe and train them afterwards. They could do it that way. Can
you pay someone else to train them?
Yeah, I suppose you could hire somebody else. Just the sales transaction of it is not allowed. It goes by the hadith. That's what the hadith text it says. And that's how the Shaykh interprets it. It says he doesn't make it conditional on that you can get it for halal means, use it for halal means, then you can sell it. He says absolutely not allowed to sell it. No.
Okay. ولا غرم على متلفه. متلفه. What is متلف?
Yes, that means if the dog gets killed or injured and it was a fault of somebody else, then normally speaking, if it's other property and the person that caused it, then he has to recompensate the person that he damaged the property. So if it's a dog, somebody they harmed somebody's dog, then he doesn't have to recompensate the person because
so there's no value attached to the price of the dog. Okay,
that's what he means by that. Yes.
لأن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نهى عن ثمن الكلب.
Yes, so that's explicit hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade the price of a dog. And there's other things about that, about the, there's some other things mentioned in that hadith, but it's part of the longer hadith, inshallah.
وقال من اقتنى كلبا إلا كلب ماشية أو صيدا نقص من عمله كل يوم قيراطان.
Yes, so keeping a dog as ownership, as a pet, is forbidden, but there are exceptions where a person they can keep it. And one is as a farm dog, كلبا ماشيا.
كلبا ماشية. What is that?
What that does is in a farm, a person they have a herd of sheep. And what happens is the sheep
shepherd dog.
If a sheep tries to run away,
it goes and runs
the dog
after
goes
it.
And it directs the sheep to go back to the herd. That's what they mean by a
صيدا is hunting.
Yes, a hunting dog. And the hunting dog, they say, is one that's trained. When you call it, it comes to you. And what it does, it hunts other animals for you. And there's a whole other chapter in the Kitab al-Atima where the Sheikh talks about sending a hunting dog and whether the food is allowed or not. And you have to say the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you send your hunting dog.
So if he does that, if you keep the dog without such an excuse, then it's going to decrease your good deeds by 2 qirat.
Right, yes.
Qiratani. And what are qiratani?
There's a couple different explanations from the ulama. There's another hadith that says that the qirat is like the reward of Mount Uhud. That is mentioned in the text of the hadith. And some of the ulama, they say a qirat refers to 1/24th. So just like nowadays, we have carats, right? So they say the word
1/24th of what?
From qirat. 1/24th is the total, 100%. Then each 1/24th is 1 carat. So like you have the gold, 14 karat gold, 18 karat gold.
24th of what?
The 1/24th is 1 qirat.
1/24th of what?
The whole reward.
Of like the entire reward of the whole person?
Right, yes.
In all of history?
No, in that day.
Oh, in that day?
Yes, yes.
So it decreases his reward by 1/12 then, because 2 qirat are 1/12.
Yes, that's what it would be with that interpretation.
So maybe instead of getting 100% reward for the day, he gets 92.5% of the reward.
Right, yes. Whatever
something like that. Okay.
Comes out to.
So his reward decreases by 1/12, or he loses 2 mountains of
yes.
I think there's another hadith about the person who attends the janazah gets a qirat, right?
Yes, and each qirat is like the amount of Uhud of reward. So that's the other.
So like it would be the equivalent of losing out in going to a janazah and tadfeen.
Yes. So that would be one interpretation. The other interpretation, like what I mentioned, that they have the proportion of 24 parts, and they call that a qirat. One of the 24th is a qirat. Just like now, when you have the gold, you have 14 karat gold. So it's 14 out of 24 out of the purity of the gold. So that's the other.
So it's not really a sin.
No,
it's a losing of reward. Is that sinful?
Well, what happens is the ulama, they explain that if a person, they have a dog, any guests come by, the dog barks and it makes a guest like not come by. And the other thing is that you have, they say that if a dog licks a container or licks the clothing and things like that, you have to wash it 7 times. Yeah. 1 time with the dirt. So, and the angels, they don't enter a house where there's a dog. So you have all those issues.
You're losing a lot of barakah, yeah.
That's how many of the ulama they explain it.
ولا يجوز بيع ما ليس بمملوك لبائعه إلا بإذن مالكه. It is not allowed to sell what the seller does not have power over except by the permission of its owner.
Yeah, that should be obvious. You can't sell somebody else's property, right? It's not yours.
Yeah.
So if you have, like, for example, you have your car, for example. I can't come and sell your car.
To someone else? Like you just go up to someone's random person's car. Like, I sell you this car for $10,000.
Yes, that should be obvious. But there's another issue over here is that sometimes people, they don't have possession of something, and then they might sell it, and that's not allowed. They consider that to be gharar or uncertainty or ambiguity. So you have to have possession of something before you can sell it. Because it's problematic if you don't have possession of something. You might sell it, and then you try to get a hold of it, and the price is going up, and then you're out.
So it is not allowed. ولا يجوز بيع ما ليس بمملوك.
Yes.
Whatever does not have like he doesn't have ownership of it.
Right. Yes.
لبائعه. What is لبائعه?
Bai means the seller. Bay means sell, and Ba'i means the seller. Sometimes they use Bay in Arabic. They use the term as business, and sometimes they use it just as selling. Ba means to sell it, Ba'i, and then Ishtari means to buy. So, but sometimes they use it interchangeably, but usually they use it in that term.
لبائعه is the seller, so he's not allowed to do it as a seller. إلا بإذن مالكه. So he can't be the seller of a thing except that he gets permission of the thing of the person who owns it.
Right. Yes.
Okay. وولاية عليه. وولاية عليه, or he has governorship over him.
Yeah, or the government or the people that's in leadership. Then they can theoretically take possession of things and sell it. So that's what he mentions about it.
I think not only that, but also like children, right? Children's possessions.
Yeah, you can say
right?
that.
Because that's what your wali is. You have, for example, children, if they own something,
yes,
and it needs to be sold.
Wali means like a agent.
Yeah.
This is walayati.
Wilayatun.
The one that has the authority, the government, the leadership over a place. Like, for example, in a city, right? If there's a amir of the city, then theoretically he can hold some land in the city, even if it belongs to other people.
Oh, because it's talking about like eminent domain, like the government has the ability to come and take stuff.
Wilayatul umur, that's what they say.
Wilayatun alayhi. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wala yabir.
Yeah, it could mean the
children
agency also over it.
Yeah.
Now
Guardianship.
I'm thinking about it, that could be because wali means an agent also, so it could mean that as well.
Yeah, like children should have, like children, may not be able to sell their own things. But if something needs to be sold or bought for them.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing, like if you look at the agent, it's like if you have like a house, you get a real estate agent, right? And, he sells it on your behalf. So maybe that's what that refers to. But when I read it, I was thinking about that, but then wait a second, then it looks like walayati alayhi, that means the one that has. That's what I thought, Anyway, inshallah. Okay, let's go to number 10.
Okay. ولا بيع ما لا نفع فيه كالحشرات, and do not sell what has no benefit. So ولا يبيع ما لا ينفع فيه ما لا نفع فيه, and it cannot be sold what that has no benefit in it, كالحشرات, like insects.
Right. Yes. So if you have mosquitoes, for example, right? You're gonna sell that, then what's the use of the other person buying it? So that's what his sheikh said, that you can't sell things like that.
Sheikh, I'll sell you the ocean.
Well, you don't own it, so you can't do that. Those things like that doesn't.
Right, like I'm gonna sell you the grasshoppers in the grass. Like, what are you gonna do with the grass? They're not even your grasshoppers, right?
Yes.
Well, okay, but what about sometimes there are insects that are beneficial? For example, a person grows worms, and this person wants to feed the worms to the fish that he has.
If it's something that benefits the other person, then they can sell it. Just things that are completely non-beneficial at all. That's what they say.
Sell some trash.
Yeah, there's a couple of aspects there. Maybe you're cheating the other person. Person might think that he's getting something useful, and then there's no benefit to it at all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe like another example, if you have spoiled apples, for example, apples are completely spoiled out, and you sell it to somebody, and you're cheating the person, and then he's getting garbage, you know. So it really means like that's another example. Thing that doesn't benefit the other person at all. That's what it refers to. And yeah, it's true. Some insects, I mean, people they can find benefit from it, but that's not what he means by it. No, he means by it something that person they have no benefit at all from it.
Yeah. Do you wanna give the adhan? You wanna stop for the prayer?
Oh, you said Sa'a Tisa, 9 o'clock. So what time does it say?
8:39.
No, Ikama 8:49.
All right, inshallah. So we can
Okay,
pause
so-
the video, Sheikh, and then we can continue after the salah.
Okay, let's see if
inshallah.
we can finish it. I think we can finish up maybe in a few minutes, inshallah.
Okay. Give us a few minutes, inshallah. Yeah.
No.
ولا ما نفعه محرم كالخمر والميتة.
Yes. So other things that might be a benefit for the person, but it's haram, and the person they can't sell that, like the khamr. So it's not allowed to sell the khamr, the alcohol, and the maytata, the dead meat. It's not allowed to sell that. Those things are forbidden. So the price for it is forbidden as well.
Yeah. So forbidding things like those that have, so like a person is not able to sell alcohol,
So it's
right,
haram
at
to
all,
sell it,
and,
yes.
and not dead meat either. What about like pigs?
Yeah, it's not allowed to sell it because it's forbidden.
So it's forbidden to eat the pigs.
In the hadith from Rasulullah
Sallallahu
إذا
alayhi.
حرم شيء حرم ثمنه. That's the hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu.
So like say someone owns a whole bunch of pigs, what should they do?
Yeah, just get rid of them. You can't sell them. It's haram.
Get rid of them?
If
How?
you
Like
give
let them
the
free
pig-
or?
Yeah, just kill them or something, you know. Just get rid of
Oh,
them.
okay.
Or let them go in the wild, you know.
Or for example, if someone has possession of a whole bunch of alcohol,
Just destroy it, you know.
destroy it.
Anybody that gets a hold of it, they're going to drink it, and that's going to facilitate other people to do haram. You know?
But I mean, theoretically, like this stuff, like if you had it, like it could be used for other things like sanitation, like
Yeah,
in,
I mean,
in
that's another
surgery.
issue. In alcohol, they have different types of alcohol,
Yeah.
so that's another issue. And, you know, so that's a
Same
different
thing for
issue,
dead
yeah.
meat, for example.
The main thing is that something is haram, and you don't want to facilitate other people from
To
doing
eating
haram.
it, yeah.
So if you sell
But
it
like,
to them,
if you, for example, you kill an animal or you're hunting an animal, and then all of a sudden the animal dies by falling down,
yes,
this is meita.
right.
But
yes.
you can't eat it. But maybe can you feed it to your dog? Or
Yeah,
can
you
you
can do
feed
that,
it
yeah.
to, you know, some pet
Yes,
lion that you have, or I don't know
yes,
what, right?
yes.
Like there are still use for it.
Right, yes. Yeah, that's usually an exception to the normal circumstances. You know? People, they sell it, and other people, they consume it, so it's not allowed.
Okay.
Generally speaking.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, inshallah.
All right. I think we can probably stop, Sheikh, and then we'll continue
Okay.
after, because there's more to be done, inshallah. Yeah.
More over here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
Bismillah,
continuing.
alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen, salatu wassalam ala rasul kareem. Let's continue on, inshallah, on the Hanbali school, the sales and the business, and the introduction to it, inshallah. And the last thing that we talked about, Prophet Muhammad said, إِذَا حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ شَيْءٍ حَرَّمَ ثَمَنُهُ. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forbidden something, Allah has forbidden its price to sell it. And the reason for that is because that facilitates other people to do the haram things. Like, for example, the alcohol, the khamr is haram. The person, they drink it, then do it haram. But then if they sell it to somebody, then they're facilitating other people to
Engage
do
in
the
the
haram.
haram.
So that's what's not allowed. And it's very interesting. I heard this hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, always makes me chuckle a little bit. In the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the beginning, the khamr was allowed in the beginning. And the people that used to indulge in it in the Quraysh and in Mecca, and then Allah revealed the ayahs, that the khamr was not allowed. So then the Sahaba were over there, and what happened? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Allah, He forbade the khamr. He forbade the khamr. So then one Sahaba, he went and he whispered something into the ear of the other Sahaba. Then Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, what are you whispering? So the person, he said, okay, I was telling my friend to sell it. to sell it. So then Prophet Muhammad said it, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbids something, it's forbidden to sell it as well. So then after that, it's okay. Then they smashed the bottles there, so that's something that's interesting.
Yeah,
So,
instead of I mean, we can't drink it, so might as well let someone else drink it.
Yes.
That was the thought,
So
but
it's not allowed to sell it either. So that's the thing about it, about the things. So that's the thing to bear. That's why it's not allowed. Like the Sheikh said, not allowed to sell the alcohol or the dead meat. Because the dead meat, the other person they end up consuming it, and that's something that's haram. So that's the issue about that. Okay, inshallah. So we talked about that. The number 11. Let's go to number 12.
yeah. So ولا بيع مأدوما كال كالذي تحمل أمته أو شجرته.
Yes.
So do not sell what is not guaranteed, like what a slave woman carries or what a tree carries.
Yes. Okay, the thing to bear in mind when you have these rules in the fiqh of the bay of the business transaction, when a person they're dealing, when they're selling and buying things, those are your Muslim brothers and sisters. And the main principle is a person they should love for their Muslim brother and sister, what they love for themselves, or even more than what they love for themselves. So it's not appropriate to do things that are like harming the other people and not giving them the good outcome. Because people are brothers and sisters, and even when a person they do the business, it's not like, oh, I'm going to take the money of the other person and the other person go to hell. That's not the objective for it. They're your Muslim brothers and sisters, and you're going to try to do good for them as well. So that's the thing to bear in mind. So what happens is sometimes you have some transactions which is ambiguous or uncertain, and then a person they might do it, and then the other person they might expect something, and the outcome would be not what the person they expected. And the Sheikh, he mentioned, like in the case of a slave woman that's pregnant, and then a person, they sell it to another person, and the other person expects, the slave woman to give birth to a good child, and they'll have two slaves. This was back in the old days when the slavery was very prevalent and very common in the time of Syria. So that's what the Sheikh mentioned. But then if a person, they sell it and then you don't know the outcome, maybe the child that she has, maybe she's not going to have a healthy child at all, or maybe not give birth to a child, then the other person is out. So the other person is out when he paid for it. And likewise on a tree, if the tree hasn't blossomed yet, hasn't grown the things yet, and the person, they say, okay, I'll sell you what's on this tree to the other person, and you don't know whether it's going to be a good harvest or not. Then the other person, they pay good money for it, and then when it comes time to harvest the things on the tree, everything is bad.
Yeah.
So then, the other person's out.
Or it's way more than what you expected. Like, the produce was really good even. So this is undetermined, right? This is gharar. Because you don't know what's going to be.
Yes, and the reason for that is because you want Muslim brothers to be loving each other, not to be disputing with each other because of uncertainty on particular things. So what's interesting is there was a lawyer that was here in the masjid that came the other day in the masjid, and he said that the court cases that he has, it's not because people, they don't fulfill their agreement in the contracts. That's not the reason. The reason is because there's uncertainty
in the contract.
In the statements on it. One person thinks one thing, the other person thinks the other thing, and they get into a fight. This is what it means. So that's the majority of cases that he has in law. So even over here in America, you have that in the legal system because there's uncertainty. One party assumes one thing and the other party assumes something else, and then you get into fights and disputes. So because of that, that's what's forbidden. It's not allowed in Islam. You have to be certain of everything. Everything has to be crystal clear, crisp and clear on what the terms and agreements are, not to have the uncertainty or the ambiguity. And there's a lot of rules pertaining to that in the hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Sheikh is going to talk about that, but maybe in the future lessons, like you can't have two transactions in one, because that's uncertain. You can't sell what you don't possess. You can't sell something that's unknown, and so there's different rules that pertain to that. So that's the case over here. So that's not allowed to sell something like that because you're not certain what the outcome is going to be. On the tree, you don't know for sure like how much the tree is going to produce. And the slave woman, you don't know if for sure if it's guaranteed that she's gonna have a child or not, and the tree, you don't know if it's guaranteed that it's gonna have a produce or not. So that's what he said. The Sheikh, he said, is not allowed to sell those things. And these things are based on the hadiths from Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He's not making these things up from his opinion. He's going directly for all these things that's mentioned so far. It's mentioned in the hadiths from Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you look at the text, and you see Imam Ahmad, you have Bukhari and Muslim, you have the Arba Sunan. But Imam Ahmad, he had his collection, the Musnad Imam Ahmad he had, and it's a very comprehensive collection of hadith. Many, many hadith, far more than Bukhari and Muslim than the other books. So he collected so many hadiths, and he would base his rulings on the hadiths, on the texts that were there. Okay, so that's the other thing that's there. Something that's not guaranteed. Like the tree, you can't sell that unless it's guaranteed to have the production. And the slave woman, you don't know for sure if she's going to have a child or not. Okay, all right, inshallah. Let's go to the next one.
Or like a pregnancy or something that has not been described or seen before.
Yes. So what happens is the other thing is if something that's not known, like for example, if you have a sheep and it's pregnant, you don't know if there's a male inside of it. You don't know if there's a female inside it. You don't know if it's going to come out healthy or not healthy. So that's something that's unknown. So you can't do that.
Like a pregnancy.
Right. The other person might assume one thing, and the other person assume another thing, and then it might not be what one person expected. And likewise, things that are hidden, not seen. And in the other lesson, he talks about not selling clothes by just touching it. And sometimes they had that thing in the time of Prophet Muhammad, so a person would just feel the cloth, not look at it, and then buy it. So you can't do that. It's haram.
It's the wrong color.
Right. Because the person might expect it to be a particular design or way, but just touching it, he doesn't know what it's about. So
وَالْغَائِبُ الَّذِي لَمْ يُوصَفُ, and the hidden thing that's not described.
Yes.
وَلَمْ تَتَقَدَّمُ رُؤْيَتِهِ.
Yes, if he didn't see it beforehand, so he doesn't know what's in there.
Okay. So like what about like you buy something online, you see what you can feel.
Yeah, it's described, right? So because they say it's this shape, it's this color, it's this size.
Yes.
There's a description.
Yes. Well, the thing is, the reason that you have all these rules is so that people, they don't get into a dispute afterwards, they don't get into a fight after it. And you find a lot of times in the business, people, they buy something, sell something, and the other person is quite upset because he didn't get what he expected.
And I think that's also mitigated by the idea of like free returns. For example, you get something online, and well, it wasn't what you were expecting. Okay, we'll take it back.
Right. Yes.
Right.
So that's another thing also. So the main thing is not to cheat the other person and not to sell something that's like uncertain, so you avoid the disagreements afterwards. That's the main reasoning behind it.
So it should be described what is being sold.
Exactly, full in detail.
What if a person comes and he says inside of this box is something?
Yes.
I'll sell you the box for $10.
Yeah, that's not allowed because the other person might expect it to be something that's quite valuable.
Yeah.
When he opens
but inside is dirt.
Right, yes. That's exactly the point. You can't do that.
All right. ولا معجوز عن تسليمه, nor something that one cannot verify its soundness.
Yes.
كالآبق والشارد, like a runaway or a stray.
Yes. Like for example, let's say a person they had a slave. This was back in the old days. They had a slave, and the slave ran away.
I'm going to sell you the slave that ran away.
That's right.
Hey, how are you gonna?
So the person, they don't know for sure if he's ever gonna find him or not. Or like a stray animal. So a person, they had a sheep and the sheep is gone. Because I sell you this, so he said that's not allowed. So the person might expect to find it and then never gets a hold of it. So as he mentioned,
it's a kind of gamble, isn't it? Really?
Yes, that's not allowed. A person. Like I said, the main ruling when you have the fiqh of the business, you're dealing with your Muslim brothers and sisters, and you got to wish for them goodness, both in the buying and the selling.
So abiqi is a runaway slave,
yes.
And then sharadi is a stray animal.
Right. Yes. So they're like in the same boat.
Okay. وَالطَّيْرِ فِي الْهَوَاءِ, and a bird in the air. I tell you that bird that's over there.
Because the thing is, the reason for that, and the fish in the water, the reason, that's the next point over there, the fish in the water. Because what happens if you see it in the air or if you see it in the water, the size is distorted, because you have the refraction and things
It's
like
so
that.
far away.
So if you have the fish in the water, it might look so big, but then when you get it out, it's like tiny. So it's like deceiving the person. The same thing with the bird in the air. A person that might see it in the sky, like, oh, mashallah. And when they
Good
see
bird.
it, it's like a little bit different than what they expected.
So even for example, the person selling fish, if he has them in like a box of fish, like I mean, like he's talking about like in the ocean or in the lake, but if he has it in a box, obviously the fish is gonna be, if he's selling live fish, then it's gonna have to be in the water, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, without
Seeing.
knowing exactly the description and how big it is and things like that, where a person they become deceived. These things these are from the hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that's why you mentioned these points here.
Is it also the case that it's not only talking about the visual sight of it, but like he says, I sell you that one bird over there, I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it. What if you miss? The bird's gone.
Yes.
How are you gonna get the bird?
Yes.
Right?
Well, that's what the hadith says from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that's how people that might interpret the hadith.
Yeah. Or for example, he says, I'm gonna catch this fish. Pay me $10. I'll catch this fish. He doesn't catch the fish.
Right.
So then what?
Yeah, that's another issue. Not to sell what you don't possess. You don't know if you're going to possess it or not. You're going to get a hold of it or not. But these things it's deceptive sometimes. If you keep something inside of the water and you don't take it out, right? Then it appears to be bigger than actually it is. And likewise in the air, if it's like far away, then you don't know exactly the dimensions of it and things like that until you get it close up. These things are mentioned in the hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why he mentioned those. He didn't make up those examples. The Sheikh over here, these are mentioned in some hadiths. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't sell the fish in the water and the birds in the air, and because you're not sure of the exact description, like the characteristics and the size and things like that.
Okay. ولا بيع المغصوب إلا إلى لغاضبه.
Yes.
What is that?
Something was stolen or usurped, somebody that took it unlawfully, then the person is not allowed to sell it. Okay? But he made some exceptions to it, except for the person that owns it. Let's say somebody stole something, then the person caught him, and then the person said, I'll buy this from you. So he said that's allowed.
What does that mean? Buy it from who?
Like, for example, let's say somebody had a bike, right? Somebody, they took that bike. So the person, they caught him. So this is my bike, right? So the person says, okay, I'll pay for it. I'll give it to you. I'll buy it from you. Then that's okay to do it.
Oh, okay. So for example, I have my bike. It's sitting over there. And then some person, he steals it and runs away.
Right.
Okay, so then he runs away. Then I catch him. Then he says, sorry, I'll pay for it now.
Right, yes.
Okay, well, why would I sell it to him? He's a thief. Right?
That's what the Sheikh said.
So he's saying
they do that because they might have taken something and
like shoplifters.
They didn't think that anybody cared about it, but it belonged to somebody else. Like maybe they found something in the woods or something like that, and they thought that was lost, or it was so.
It could even also be like shoplifters, right? Like shoplifting, they got caught shoplifting.
Yes.
And so then they're like, all right, fine, I'll pay for it. Okay.
Yes.
So it can be sold.
That's what the Sheikh is saying in those scenarios. But no, that's true. And the other thing is in Islam, cut the hand of a thief. So you have that. If it's like a large.
Maybe you don't want his hand cut, so you sell it to him.
Yes. But sometimes a person, they might take something mistakenly. They thought maybe nobody owned it, and they took it, and then the person called them. They said, "Okay, I'll buy it from you instead." They might say something like that.
Okay.
Example, if there's a camel running in the desert, right? The person, they found that camel.
He says, "Oh, it's my camel. I found it. It's a wild camel."
So
and then the owner comes. He's like, "It's my camel."
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Then this would be like that. Or a sheep, for example. Sheep is a better example. The camel is usually people that have owners of camels, but sometimes the sheep and other things they run wild, or deer, you can say, for example. So it could be something like that.
Okay. أو من يقدر على آخذه منه, or for the one that can retrieve it from him. What's that?
If somebody else has the authority to, somebody stole something, then the person, they can retrieve it back and get it to the person. Then that person can buy it from the person.
What's that? Like headhunting?
No, like let's say, let me say an example. Like let's say somebody stole a car, for example.
All right.
So that person has the car. Then somebody says, I can get this car back from this thief. You can sell it to me.
Sell it to who?
To the person that can get it back from the thief.
Okay.
So then it says, okay, that's allowed. That's what he
So
said.
he pays him the car that's stolen?
He
sells
pays
him
it to the owner of the car. Okay, somebody that's in
I don't get
authority
it.
that could do it.
So hang on. So I have my car. This guy stole it, ran away.
Yes.
Now someone else comes. You come, Sheikh. You come and you say, "I'm gonna get the car back."
Yes.
Like, okay. So what? I don't pay you anything now. You go and get the car, and you bring the car back.
No, then you can sell it to that person.
Which person?
The person that can get the car.
You. Let's say in this scenario, it's my car. Someone stole it.
Yes.
And you come to me and you say, I can get the car back.
Yes.
So what? What happens?
Then you can sell it to me, and then I'll retrieve the car.
The stolen car.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Keep it. I sell it to you for $1,000.
Some people they're in authority, they're like in the government, so they can retrieve things, or somebody else they might have weaponry and things like that. Then the original owner, they can go and buy it from the original owner, and then that person can retrieve it from the thief.
Okay. So like a bounty, kind of like a bounty.
Right, sort of like that.
So like you say, I'll give you $1,000 if I go and catch the thief. It's my car.
No, let's say it was your car, somebody stole it.
Yeah.
The other person says, I can get this car, I want to buy it from you. I said, okay, then you sell it to him, then he goes and retrieves the car and keeps it.
You sell him the stolen car.
You sell him the car, but the person can retrieve it, so he'll get it. And
what if he doesn't catch the thief?
Well, if he doesn't catch him, then he can't retrieve it. It says the one that can retrieve it.
No, but he can't. I mean, what I'm saying is he doesn't catch the thief. Thief runs away. So does he get the money back or what?
It says the one that can retrieve it. So it's not a question whether he can retrieve it or not. It's for sure that he can retrieve it. Then he can pay the original owner the money and then keep it.
So look, my question is that does he retrieve it first and then buy it, or does he just buy it first and then retrieve it?
Yeah, maybe if it's for sure that he can retrieve it, then he can buy it first and then retrieve it. That's what it says here. The one that can retrieve it. It's not a question where he can retrieve it or not. So for sure he can retrieve it. Then that person can pay the original owner the money for it and then take it, retrieve it, and keep it.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. ولا يبيع المغصوب إلا إلى
Yeah, like over
لغاضبه.
here you have people that repossess cars, right? They repossess it and they pay the original owner the money for it and they keep it.
Like a repo.
Right, like a repo. You could say something like that.
I was just thinking, like maybe when you lose the phone, there are people that you can just track it down for you, like someone that can track it.
Yeah, like okay, you lost your phone.
Yeah, there are people.
Okay, fine. I'll pay you $10.
Yeah, you try it.
And then I go and look for the phone. I keep the phone.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, but they can get it for sure. It's not a question whether they can get it or not. That's what they're saying. He gave a quick
there's no surety at all. I mean, if something is lost, it could be broken, could be damaged. I mean, how do you know?
No, that's the point there. He says for sure that he can retrieve it. It's not asking. It's not questioning whether he can retrieve it or not. Then that person can buy it from the original owner.
How would the person know that they for sure can retrieve it? For example, say the person stole your car and then ran, and then I don't know. I think I can get the car, but then he crashed the car.
Maybe he knows.
What?
Maybe he knows where it is and who has it, and he has the power.
Even
to get
then, in the time that I went to go get it, he crashed it. So then what?
Yeah, that's not the point. The point is that he can retrieve it for sure. It's not questionable whether he can retrieve it or not. Then that person can buy it from the original owner.
But I mean, what I'm saying is, it's always questionable whether he can retrieve it or not. Because I mean, even if he thinks he has a GPS tracker on it or something.
If you say it's always questionable, same thing when the person they buy anything, it's always questionable whether they're going to get it or not. So it's not the thing. The thing is the person they buy it, they get it. He can retrieve it, he retrieves it, and he pays for it. That's it. No, it's not questionable if he can get it or not. It's for sure he can get it. No.
I see.
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there might be, like I said, like some bounty hunters or some people that are warriors. Somebody has it, refuses, to give it back to the owner. So I'll get it from her, then he can buy it from the original owner, take it. No, that's what he's saying. Okay, inshallah. So that's the one.
ولا بيع غير معين. Do not sell what is not specified.
Yes.
Ma'in, what is ma'in?
I mean, specific item. Like, for example, if a person, they have a herd of sheep, like 20 sheep, and the person says, I'll sell you one of these sheep to you.
Which sheep?
Right.
Tell
So
me
he didn't
which one.
specify which one.
Can't just
So
sell
the
a
person
random
that's
one.
buying it, he might expect to get the best sheep. The person selling
Gets
it
the
says,
worst
give me
sheep.
the worst sheep. So they got to specify which one it is.
Yeah, كالعبد من عبيده.
Yes, like a slave from his
One of
slave.
these slaves.
Person, they might have 10 slaves. The Sheikh gives a lot of examples of slavery. Back then, it was very much prevalent, at that time. So if a person, they have that, then the person say, I'll buy one of your slaves from you, but he doesn't specify which one. That's not allowed. You have to be specific. And the reason that you have all these rules, the wisdom behind it, is so that people, they don't get into dispute afterwards.
Yeah.
One person might expect one thing, the other person expects something else, and then after the transaction is done, then that's it. They're gonna get into a fight.
Yeah. أو شاة من قطيعه, or a sheep from his flock.
Mm-hmm.
إلا فيما تتساوى أجزاؤه كقفيز من صبرة.
Yes.
Except what is equal,
except
like
if
allowed in a
everything is the
pile.
same, and it's in a pile. Like, for example, you have a pile of dates.
Yeah.
All the dates are the same. There's no difference between one or the other. And a person, let's say, I buy 5 dates from you, and that's fine.
Random dates.
Just take 5 of them, and all of them are the same. So he said that's allowed to do that.
Like grains of wheat. How is he going to pick out which grains of wheat you're going to get, or which
so if
grains
all the
of
things
rice?
are exactly the same, then there's no need to specify which one, because everything is the same as the other ones. And you keep it in a pile.
He says, no, I wanted that other grain.
Yes.
What is this?
Yes. Okay, so these things are there to bear in mind, that what happens is a Muslim is a brother of a Muslim, and the other person, don't want the other person to get upset or mad or hate the person for deceiving the person or cheating the person or not giving the person what's their due. And the same thing goes when the hadith from Rasulullah says, when a person, they buy and sell, and they make things easy, and when they're buying and selling, then Allah will make the things easy for that person. So that's a thing to bear in mind. And these things, the ulama, they explain that. And the other thing is that you have new situations and new eras and new times. So the ulama, they have to look at the rules and the situation, the culture, and the way that people, they do the things, and come up with the rulings on that. So the things in the business, maybe in a long time ago, you had all these particular rules that were there on that situation. Nowadays you might have a different situation, so they have to look into it and come up with the rulings based on it, even the financial things as well. And this here, the Muslim as a society, you want everybody to be in good state, person, the seller as well as the buyer. So you do these things to avoid disputation, in the society itself. Okay, inshallah, so let's stop over here. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayk. The things that I said from the ilm, go by it. Anything from myself, just disregard it. If I made any mistakes, just disregard it. Allah knows best. Let's go to the question and comments. Sheikh Lisan, do you have any comments or questions?
No, I think I have, asked the question, Sheikh. Yeah.
Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. May Allah subhanahu to reward you with goodness. Ameen.
You have any questions?
No, the other thing, my advice for people is, like, some people, they think that way, that if they sell something, they try to get the most money from it that they can. The people that are very smart in business, they don't look at that. They look at getting loyal customers, So what happens is, if they get a customer, they give them a return policy, and they give them things free, and they do a lot of advertising. So then they get that customer that will keep coming to the same place.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a restaurant, that sells burgers, for example. If you sell one thing, you sell a burger for $1 more, right? You make $1 more profit. But then that person's gonna be mad, never gonna come there ever again. And you lost that customer forever. But the other person that's smart, they'll say, okay, keep the $1, just I want you to be happy, I want you to keep coming. Then that person will come again thousands of more times, and you'll recommend the place to your friends, and then the business increases. And that's how people, they become very successful in the business. Not just by the immediate profit that they have, and where the customer gets mad and has a grudge, and it never comes ever again. And you see, and if you look at the history, see the Muslim people, they went in all these places in the world, and people would always give them the business because they were honest and they were good, and they treated the people right. So they would get all the business, and the other people that were very tough, and rough and tough, they lost all the business. That's what happened if you look at the history. So that's a smart thing to do when a person
Yeah,
will do the
honesty is
business.
the best policy.
Right, because that way a person, they get repeat customers, not just one time and then they're gone. And also, this is what Allah says, that when you deal with the person that you're selling to, that's your Muslim brother and sister, so you got to wish for them for the goodness, That's the other thing to bear in mind, inshallah. Okay, inshallah.
Yeah, I think something about trade itself, Sheikh, that whenever we trade, there's benefit in trade by default, right? Like, for example, if I go and I buy things from the farmer, right? If he didn't sell me his apples and the lettuce and the potatoes and the corn, I would have to grow my own, right? And that's a lot of work, right? So he makes his potatoes and stuff, and I do something else, and we help each other by trading, right?
Yes.
Or else everyone would have to grow their own potatoes, and everyone would have to make their own tables.
Yes, yes.
They'd have to build their own cars.
Right. Yes.
But trade allows us to benefit each other.
Yes.
So
You're
Allah
right.
subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed it,
And
alhamdulillah.
the other thing to bear in mind is that when you have all these transactions, it's got to be completely just and fair and right. So on the day of judgment, Allah says, وَمَوَازِنُ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ, even the weight of a dust particle, weight of a mustard seed, or the lightest weight, Allah is going to do the justice on that, and that includes the business transactions too. So that's the thing to bear in mind. You got to make sure that you do things exactly right and accurate. Otherwise, on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hold that to account.
Alhamdulillah.
And that's what the Sheikh, he said in the beginning, the selling is selling one wealth for another wealth, trading one wealth for another wealth. That's what they do. So usually both parties benefit in them.
So the sale of services is not included in this. For example, if I come and tell someone, if you pay me money, I will chop your wood.
Yes. They have rules pertaining to that also, the sale of services as well. Like having two transactions in one, that's where they talk about that. Person, they're going to do two different things, two services in one. They should separate each one, have a different amount for each one.
Right. No, so what I'm saying is, like, is this the same as trade?
Yes.
For example, if I come and say, I'll do this job for you.
Yes.
This is the same, but there's no wealth being given. Like,
your time is
labor. Labor is the wealth that's being given. Okay.
Yeah, they mentioned that as an example. Like, let's say a person, they say, I'm going to cut your tree down and transport it to the other property over there.
Yeah.
And what do you got to pay me? You got to pay me 1,000. The person says, okay. So then the person, he cuts the tree.
Yeah, he doesn't transport.
And then his truck breaks down. So and then he comes over there, give me 900. The person said, what? You didn't bring it to the other place. I'm not going to give you, it's only going to give you 100, not 900. So, so that's problematic,
So there should be a detail for each big action.
Each one, right, yes. So that dispute doesn't happen afterwards,
So if he says, I'll cut the trees down for $500.
Yes,
but then
transport it for this month.
Yeah, but let's say he says I'll cut the tree down for $500, but then his chainsaw breaks.
Right.
So khalas, he only cut half of them.
Yes.
So what do you do?
Yeah, that one, I mean, you can
give half.
Fairly. Thing is to bear in mind not to have the disputes afterwards.
Yeah.
That's why they mention these things here. And that's why you can't have two transactions in one transaction. You have to do each one.
Separate them out.
So if they get separated, then you know the amount for each one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So that's what's mentioned in the books of fiqh, inshallah. Okay, inshallah. All right, so Sheikh Ibrahim, did you have any questions or comments on?
I think this year that's all the questions I was thinking about.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, the other thing to bear in mind is that as Muslim people, you want to spend your life devoted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not spend all the time on doing the business. رِجَالًا لَا تُلْهِهِمْ تِجَارَةٌ وَلَا بَيْعٌ عَنْ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. The people that don't let the business and the trade and the business keep them away from remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِقَامِ الصَّلَاةِ وَإِيتَاءِ الزَّكَاةِ, and praying the salat and giving zakat. So that's the thing to bear in mind. And some people, they spend a lot of time, in the dunya, and no time for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The person to take some time off, inshallah, devote themselves for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. Because that's what our life is about. Our life is to earn for the hereafter, and if a person to do that, then that's a wise thing to do. Not to get obsessed, by the things in this dunya, which is a deception in the dunya, which is a mata'ul ghurur, deceptive things in this world. All right, inshallah, okay, stop over here. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayk. Wallahu ta'ala alam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Jazakallah khair.